As an organization, we are, as the name says, we are an organization that exclusively focuses on managing consumer relationship for many other organizations in the country. So as an organization, what we do is to really help other organizations build their consumers' relationship, understand their consumers' behavior, and tailor make products and services which will suit the need of their consumers' behavior.
And how do you do that?
So by running very efficient large loyalty programs for these retailers, for these organizations. So we essentially work with a very large number of banks and very large number of retailers. To tell you some numbers, cumulatively we manage loyalty programs for over 330 million debit cards in India. Pretty much, as you can imagine, comprising of all the largest banks in the country, starting with State Bank Group to Punjab National Bank to Union Bank to Central Bank of India, Federal Bank, Corporation Bank, Canara Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, you name it. So we essentially help these banks. We run the loyalty program for these banks and manage the consumer's relationship with the bank such that the consumer's behavior is influenced. We incentivize to change the behavior of the consumer to suit the need of the bank. That is essentially what we do. On one side, and on the other side, we also work with hundreds of retailers covering close to around 6,000 retail outlets across the country, where those retailers are interested in understanding which of these consumers will have a high propensity to buy what they have to offer, and then we drive these consumers to those retail outlets. And we do this by bringing together these retailers and the organizations, the banks or other retail organizations, all of them together onto a common consumer platform called Max Get More.
Max Get More.
Yes, essentially saying that the consumers who are either from the bank side, if the debit card holder, or from the retailer side where you have a preference for a particular retailer, as long as either the retailer or the bank is on the Max platform, the consumer will benefit. So fundamentally saying that consumer will benefit from the experience and delivering incremental value in a tailor-made fashion to these consumers. That's what we do as an organization. We are a relatively young organization. We are about little over 6 years now of running loyalty programs. We are venture funded. We are funded by two venture capital firms. One called Venture East. It's an Indian venture capital fund, and one is the blue-blooded Silicon venture capital firm called Canaan Partners. We are based in Mumbai, but offices across India in all the major cities, and essentially provide these services to the banks to manage their loyalty programs and to the retailers. See, where we're coming from is this. Fundamentally, we believe India as a country and the retail industry of India is pretty much sitting in dark ages. Really.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll explain to you why. That's part of what I covered just now.
Okay.
It's part of the presentation as well as Indian retail industry is about $600 billion. What percentage of this industry, this size of this business, do you think is a recorded transaction? What I mean is, if you walk into a store, the store records the transaction in your name. You came on such and such date and bought worth so much. Recorded. Vis-a-vis someone else goes, gives 100 rupees, buys something, walks away, not recorded. What percentage is recorded, do you think?
I think about 20 or
less than 1.
Less than 1%.
Yes.
It's recorded.
$600 billion. 1% is $6 billion, which is 36,000 crores. You put all the best brands that you know in this country together, Shoppers, Pantaloon, Big Bazaar, all of them together, and take their loyalty program size. That is a recorded transaction, right? That wouldn't add up to 36,000 crores in a year. So actually, why do you think this? There are banks which make 10,000 crores profit, 9,000 crores profit, 8,000 crores profit, 7,000 crores profit, net profit. Now look at the retail world. How many do you think make 10,000 crores profit? How many do you think make 5,000 make?
But
you know why? Retail industry doesn't make profits. You know why? Because the whole industry runs on sale. Go to school, come to school, winter, Diwali, Christmas, New Year, Independence Day, 40%, 50%. Why do you think they offer 50% sale? Because they do not know who are exactly the right consumer. How do they reach out directly to that consumer and make him buy what he wants Everybody is shooting in the dark. Dark ages, coming back to what I said.
must be some communication with the-
Let's say there's a bank, okay? Let's say a bank has 10 million customers and the 10 million debit cards are there. So bank offers a debit card loyalty program to all the debit card holders.
Okay.
So whoever spends will get loyalty points on the card.
So it works from the retailers.
Whoever spends. So today we manage loyalty program for 330 million debit cards in India.
Okay.
We process about 30 million transactions every month, which means a million transactions a day. More than that actually, 5,000 crores worth of transactions in a month. So, sitting on this massive amount of consumer data, consumer behavior, intelligence, which ideally should be used for the benefit of the industry, banking industry and the retail industry. Retailers do not know who are the consumers going there, how often, how frequently, what are the repeat all of that. Whereas we know and we can help the retailers understand what's going on in their store which they do not know. And all of that is done on this platform called Max Get More. Oh, massive. We see the 330 million consumers going to about 500 million consumers. We aspire to get to a day when we'll have 10,000 campaigns getting executed every day.
10,000
Campaigns. And I'm saying one campaign could have X thousands of mails going out. Like that 10,000 campaigns going out in a day. 10,000 campaigns going out every day. And we're talking about 50 to 100 million mobile downloads, very high degree of consumer engagement. And on one side, retailers being able, today I said 6,000 retail outlets, we want to get to a day when it is 250,000 retail outlets. Where retailers can come forward on their own and trigger a campaign. Make offers based on analyzed data, based on consumer intelligence and insights, not mindless mail blast. You know, you will get a particular mail and you will be surprised, how did they know this is what I was looking for? That's called consumer data intelligence. Not necessarily, not right now actually.